They keep on fighting. Cubs take 2 out of 3 from the Brewers.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
I'm Matt Cozy. He is Sam Olber, and you are Locked On Cubs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Eventually, we'll get to the next series for the Cubs. That's against the Padres. Another pitcher to the IL. Pretty wild story with Hoby Milner. Emergency appendix surgery. Actually, a relatively good update on Ben Brown. Going to get some good details on that. Dig into what the offense is doing in this crazy, amazing, enjoyable stretch since June 11th, where the Cubs are 12-4 after taking the series from the Brewers, winning Saturday and Sunday against their rival. Cubs are now 8 games over 500, 46-38. Sam, in my mind, they've flipped the narrative on the season the last couple weeks at a time when the stories never stop, whether it's on field, off field. And this was a big-time series for them, and it was a memorable series too, especially the game on Sunday.
This is the best regular season series win they've had in years. I went back and looked at it. I want to say this is the 4th series they've won in Milwaukee since 2019, and one of them was during COVID. Matt, we could sit here and talk about individual players. We could sit here and talk about the offense. Saturday was a good offensive day. I thought they were brutal offensively Friday and Sunday. Friday with a good excuse. Sunday, with not an excuse, they had 4 hits. But this just shows you that even when you're not hitting, you can fight. And these group of players, maybe it sounds lazy, maybe it doesn't to you, but my takeaway from this weekend was this group of players led by Craig Counsell. Did you see him in the dugout, pacing, throwing his hat? They are fighting. They're taking this as a challenge. Even in the first inning on Sunday when Rollison gave up that home run, Rollison, sorry, I always messed it up. You could see Counsell was upset at himself. Did you see that? They panned right to him, and he's like, should I have pulled him before Sanchez? They are taking this seriously. They're taking it personally. You got guys like Rollison. You got guys like Wilson. You got guys like Peterson, Wicks, Ferguson. These are guys that are fighting for, well, not Peterson, but these are guys that are fighting for jobs. They're not just here to be here, and they're pitching like they're fighting for jobs. Did you see the reaction when Webb got out of the 9th inning to get to the 10th? That's the type of stuff that gets me jacked up. Instead of the same stuff, well, you got to just do this and do a little of that and just wait it out. No, they're fired up. You know who else gets fired up too? Thornton. He gets pumped up. They're into this, man. They're into this. You could tell maybe they had like a team conversation like, okay, well, everyone just thinks that we're done because all these pitching injuries. And we got – and one more thing. Everyone says, Sam, how can you play the underdog role? You guys spent X amount $1 million more than the Brewers. Well, the left side of the infield can't hit, and they're making $1 billion. So that's why.
Well, pull out the IL list.
And pull out the IL list, exactly. And some of the money that we allocated, we'll get to Bregman later.
No, they are underdogs.
But they just fought today, and it was every and all series. It was all hands, and even the game that they lost to Mizorowski,
Friday,
they fought. They didn't hit well, but they still fought. There's a difference, and there's just something in the dugout now, man. Like when they look,
it's totally flipped.
Yes, exactly. And I'm jacked up. It made my weekend. We beat those guys up north, and there's nothing. Ashby didn't look good, folks. Patrick didn't look good, and they. And by the way, they didn't hit with runners in scoring position when it mattered all weekend long either.
Yeah, I noticed that for sure. Sam, entering the weekend, I thought it was an us against the world type of series.
I thought it was them. I didn't even think it was us. I took myself out of it.
I thought the Cubs were going up against it. I struggled to see how they would win the series. I was really hoping they'd get 1 of 3. And you could tell now on the field after these 3 games, as you just laid out, there is a us against the world mentality. Council before the game Sunday said they have nothing to lose, that we're not going to catch any breaks, so we need to go out and create our own, and that we need to play good baseball too. And they've done that. And something has flipped. And I'm really encouraged that they've done this, that they've decided as humans and baseball players that they are in control of some of this still, when you can't control a lot of what's going on with the injuries, that they're still showing up to the field and they're stepping up. And Friday they competed. They led 1-0 going to the bottom of the 6th.
Right.
Saturday they pull away. Sunday they're down a while. Then they're tied a while. Then they push runs across in the 10th. Then it looks like it could turn into a heartbreaker. And Jordan Wicks called up for bulk, a plan they abandoned when they saw Bryce Wilson,
Mariano Wilson,
pitching well, and they just wrote it out with him. Great call by Council. Gets a double play there to end it. Just a beautiful series.
Let me read you the bullpen, guys, because you make a great point. They had a great shot Friday, and then Roberts gave up a bunch, and then Council waved the white flag with Murray.
Exactly, he did. They punted.
Let me read you the bullpen set.
And that ended up mattering, them punting, because they won the series.
Saturday, Ferguson, a third of an inning and a K. Webb, 1 inning, 2 Ks, no runs. Thornton, 1 inning, no runs. Velasquez, 1 inning, no runs. Let's go over to these are real guys on the Cubs, folks. Let's go to Sunday. Sunday innings
was great.
2 innings, 2 earned, 1 run from Rollison.
That was the first run Rollison allowed since May 17.
Since 1971. Bryce Wilson, 4 1/3, 4 innings, 4 1/3, 4 hits, no runs, 4 Ks. He looked tremendous. Thielbar comes in, inning of scoreless work, 2 Ks. Mariano Ferguson comes in, 2/3 of an innings, no runs. Jacob Webb comes in, strikes out the side, no runs. Roberts again, horrendous. Then they bring in Wicks, like you said, 1 inning. Everybody but Roberts, essentially, and Murray, who's gone off the team. Every single person delivered this weekend, and I get it. That's great job by Hoby and all these guys. But to me, just looking at it from my 40-inch screen, whatever it is, it looked like guys that got together and said, we're not going to be the problem. If we lose the series,
right.
It's going to be because it ain't going to be because of us. We ain't going to be the problem. When Wick struck out, who did he strike out? Was it what's the third baseman? Ortiz to end the inning. I mean, he blew him away, and that was a guy that it's almost like he looked at the dugout and said, "You guys figured out. Ain't going to be on me. I'm not losing this ball game."
And all 3 games, Seiya really showed up.
Yeah, he shows up there. He's had some of his best moments in Milwaukee.
What a hit through the left side of the infield on Sunday. Michael Busch, a few pitches prior to that with a bases loaded walk. Let's keep talking about the memorable series win up north for the Cubs, as they're 12-4 since June 11th, right after this. Today's episode is brought to you by Amazon. A big thank you to our friends at Amazon for this limited break this back-to-school season. Spend less on your kids with Amazon. We all know how crazy the back-to-school shopping experience can be. It starts with a few items on the list. Then suddenly you're shopping for supplies, clothes, lunch gear, tech, and about 10 other things you didn't see coming. It adds up fast. When you buy clothes for back to school, then your kid has a growth spurt 2 weeks later, and you're right back where you started. Sometimes it genuinely feels like they're growing faster than your budget can keep up. But what about when you start shopping for a few back to school essentials? You realize how quickly the list grows. Supplies, clothes, and more. It just keeps going. That's why finding low prices on all the things you need makes such a big difference this time of year. So remember, with Amazon's low back-to-school prices, just spend less on your kids, because every dollar you don't spend on them is a dollar you haven't spent on them. Shop back to school at Amazon and spend less on your kids. Shop back to school at Amazon today. Thank you for listening to Locked On Cubs. If you haven't already, go check out our new Everydayer Club, which includes ad-free episodes and more. Go to lockedoncubs.supercast.com or click the link in this episode description. Okay, I think the next place we should go, there could be, way more stuff from Sunday if you want, Sam. I think a good place to settle in next would be before we get to some of the negative items from the series, especially Bregman, who continues to falter. Sam, David Peterson, tremendous story from the weekend.
Look good.
This brother comes in from Queens. He doesn't even show up to the Cubs clubhouse Thursday.
You look like Tom Glavine.
And he was fantastic Saturday. I am jacked up for him. You could tell he appreciates being on a good club and not a porous one in the Mets.
A dumpster fire.
And again, is it just me or is there's something different about Counsell? Do you hear this dude talk about his players?
Yes, it's different. It's different. It's different. You're right. It's almost sounds like, dare I say it?
No, come on.
It feels almost like now he feels like, because maybe there's some guys out, it's like, hey, I can actually manage now more. Like it's actually on me a little bit more. There needs to be a lot more
I think so.
Decision making, because he just looks reinvigorated, ironically, by all the adversity. He looks like the guy I remember watching in the dugout 4 years ago when they would beat our behinds, or 3 years ago, whatever it was. The pacing, yes. And Peterson looked really good. He looked sharp. The ball wasn't on the ground as much as I'd like, to be honest. Not to poo-poo the, but it was still, he pitched well. He competed. This is the guy that made the All-Star team. It's not like it's just Joe Schmo that they found over at the Double-A. This is an accomplished pitcher that came in and gave a competitive outing. And by the way, so did Colin Ray on Friday.
He did.
Those guys, I'm telling you, even Colin Ray, man, he went. You could laugh at me. You could laugh all the way to the next subscriber. He went pitch for pitch with Mizorowski.
Dude, it was bottom of the sixth. The Cubs were winning.
He got out of jams, and even Colin Ray, who's that's not his personality. You could tell he was like, hey, if we lose, it's not going to be because Mizorowski's 50 times better than me. I'm going to give you guys a shot.
Nico Horner, a 2-out RBI single in the sixth, clutch through the right side. Moments later, Ian Happ goes blast off, 3-run Jackson. And that was it for the Brewers on Saturday. Those are some other highlights from the weekend. Again, shout out to Bryce Wilson. 4 1/3 scoreless, 4 hits, no walks, 4 punch-outs. Sam, this is a team offensively since June 11. They're 10th in average, 1st in on-base, 3rd in slug. They've scored the most runs in baseball over this stretch. Now 105 runs in 16 games. Pete looks the part. Seiya does during this stretch. Happ has a couple homers. Bush a couple. Kelly a couple. Dansby went off last week. Horner's looked better. Did you know Michael Bush is 5th in all of baseball in walks?
No.
Wow. And Alex Bregman is hitting only 204 in this stretch. 11 for 54. In the top of the 6th inning, he didn't run hard on a ground ball, got exposed in the first place because the ball was bobbled. Should have been safe to make it 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Then I want to ask you about a situation top 7 as well, but that was a shame from Bregman.
I called you right after.
Yeah, you did.
I had some choice words about it. Some of those I can't repeat on these airways.
Yeah.
I was insulted as a fan. I'll put it to you like that. It was insulting. Look, I get it. Baseball's a hard game and you're struggling. You're making a lot of money. And nobody's at JD actually covered it perfectly. Nobody's asking. You don't have to go like a rocket every single time. Just run hard enough where if that play happens, you're going to beat it out. And he didn't do it. And it was a bad look. I thought he should have been benched mid-game. I don't understand why he continues to hit second mid-game. This is not a lifetime achievement award. This is the 2026 season. I get that they have a lot of money invested in him, and he could go and figure out things in the 5, 6, or 7 hole. But that was disrespectful. And again, as everyone talks about, he's such a great leader. He's such a great leader. That's not leading right there. That's right there. If I were one of the other leaders on the team, I don't know who that would be, to be honest with you. Maybe it's Swanson. Maybe it's Nico, whoever it is.
Swanson or Hap or Nico, yeah.
Yeah, I'd pull him aside and say, hey, man, like, you're struggling right now. I'm not cool with that because that might cost us the baseball game. That better not happen again. That stuff doesn't happen because everybody's just buddy to buddy. But somebody needs to call him out for that. That was disrespectful to everybody watching the game because he gets a large paycheck. It's one thing to not be producing. Those are physical things. You could choose to run hard. He didn't.
Yeah, and I wonder if Counsell does make that lineup change just independent of this play because he is literally the only one that hasn't risen to the occasion during this stretch. He hasn't. You suggested on our call that Shaw replaces him at third. Mm-hmm. I wonder what's up
just for that
him.
game. Just for that game. Oh yeah, it's reported. Wrist soreness is why he was pinch hit for.
Wrist soreness. Hopefully nothing major.
Yeah.
We'll also see what Bregman says post game about that play. I'll keep an eye on that tonight.
I wonder if he even talks.
Ramirez pinch hit for Amaya, top 7, first and third, 1 out. He did a fake bunt first pitch. Then I think they hit and run second pitch. Shaw was moving. Ramirez fouled it off.
Loved all of it.
And eventually Ramirez struck out. I like that they were running plays there, and that was a good spot for Ramirez. I'm not really sure what his role is right now.
Yeah, well, it's first of all, I loved it. I wanted it. It didn't work out. His job, if he's going to stay on this team, he's got to put the ball in play. That's what he's there to do. He didn't do it. Yeah. But I loved it. I loved the decision. It didn't work out. This is something that I was doing my kind of like tweet / diary of the game. And I was like, hey, I would go to Ramirez here. It didn't work, but I like the move. He's got to put the ball in play. I would have liked to see them try and get the bunt down, but because I think you had Shaw at third or Horner at first, or maybe it was flipped. You had some good speed though.
Yeah. Shaw was at first.
Yeah. You had some good speed aboard. I would have liked to see that, but, yeah, I mean, the goal is that I think everyone knows that the goal is that this team would be at their best with Ballesteros up at some point again. He's slowly starting to get things going. I'm monitoring him every day at AAA. I actually have it up right now. He's 1 for 3 with a RBI, 2 walks today. Nice. Yeah, he's slowly getting going. He's starting to limit his Ks. He's starting to do the things that he needs to do. But yeah, I was good with that move. It didn't work out, but I was good with it.
Okay. And then Conforto has started more than I thought recently. I thought Shaw was just going to be the everyday right fielder with, say, a DH.
Right.
Hopefully nothing major goes on with Shaw, although Conforto did have a nice series.
He had a pitch at homer. He seems like he's good late.
He's good late. Yeah, he's done that a lot this year.
Yeah, he hit a couple balls well today that died at the track that he just got off the end of the bat or whatever.
Saturday seemed like such an important win to me. Mm-hmm. And then the game is there for the taking Sunday, and they take it.
Yeah, there's momentum in baseball, despite what a lot of people don't believe. Like Saturday just felt like, hey, okay, now we got one, and you're just kind of playing a little free on Sunday, a little free, and
they're playing free right now. No pressure.
Yeah, it's weird. It's unbelievable, but it is believable how much the mental side of this game and how much it takes. Like look at the 10th inning, for example, right? Swanson comes up. I texted you mid at bat, and I was like, "There's just no shot here." Like you could you could see in his eyes how uncomfortable he was in that situation.
I wonder why.
And then Murphy, or I guess it's not technically Murphy, right? Because he didn't manage this weekend, but he was there.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday, he wasn't in the dugout.
Yeah. So whoever was managing, I think correctly puts Pete on to get to Bregman, yeah. And then all of a sudden Kunal just loses command.
Yeah, he lost it. Yeah,
and the moment got big for him, and then you could see in Robert's eyes how uncomfortable he was, and the moment was. But then Wicks, it was just the whole thing. By the way, one thing I want to mention didn't end up coming back to haunt him. I thought the Cubs botched 2 challenges or no challenges late in that game.
One in the 10th for sure.
Before Seiya's 2-run single, he should have challenged one and ended up working in the Cubs' favor.
Oh, both in the 10th, I guess.
Yeah, and then Kelly on a 3-1 pitch. I mean,
he's great at those too.
I almost gave myself a concussion. I was slapping my head.
Yeah, I can picture you doing that.
I was going like this, please, anything.
Right. I was yelling challenge with the Seiya ball. I was just so frightened in the bottom of the 10th. I didn't muster that.
I smacked my head.
I was like that, yeah.
I hit myself right in the head 50 times. So did Counsell.
And are you okay?
I'm a bit woozy.
The news never stops with this team.
I don't want to talk about more
You're not
injuries.
going to believe this story on Hoby Milner. Before we do that, we have a semi-positive update on Ben Brown. Maybe you could help me determine that.
I can't. I really can't.
More roster moves, and there's going to be more Monday as well before Cubs Padres, which we'll also preview. We'll do all that next. Alongside Sam Olber, I'm Matt Cozy. We're lifelong fans taking our passion into discussion with you on all things Cubs. And thank you for making Locked On Cubs the #1 Cubs podcast. Ben Brown spoke on Saturday, revealed that imaging this week showed a stress reaction, which is a fracture to the bone, in this same spot of his neck as 2024 injury, but that he has a lot more clarity this time around. He said that the mechanics in his delivery has now caused both of the fractures in his C5 vertebrae. I don't know if this was revealed before, but he also said in 24, the injury was referred to as a benign tumor, which we knew that part.
Yeah.
But he said Saturday that was a misdiagnosis. So they know where this is. They've located it. He needs to still do zero activity for, like 3-4 weeks before they outline anything. But it just gave me hope that maybe we see him running out of the bullpen in September, right? He's not going to be a starter again, I don't think, this year. But I'm just glad that he has clarity personally, at least. I know you were encouraged by that update as well. I get the sense that you were also encouraged.
No, I didn't feel really encouraged because I don't like that it's something that in his natural delivery that's causing it.
I know he's got to change his delivery.
Because listen.
Can you do that during the season? Yeah, I guess.
I have a theory about this with a lot of guys, the cut ride guys, Horton and Steele. I get nervous that maybe just the way they pronate or not pronate or the way the ball comes off their hand, does that cause more tension on their elbow than most people? And it's like, well, you can't ask Cade Horton and Justin Steele not to cut the ball. They only know how to throw the ball one way. So I'm not exactly as happy about it as you. I mean, I'm happy for him because it was a scary diagnosis 2 years ago. To know that he's doesn't have to worry about any of that. Right.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll see.
Hoby Milner called an Uber early Saturday morning and went to the emergency room in Milwaukee for appendectomy surgery. He'll miss at least 6 weeks. He's now the 6th Cubs reliever currently on the IL and the 12th pitcher total on the IL. I would list out for you the current bullpen group. Also, Phil Maton was placed on the IL Friday with a likely second fake knee injury. I would lay out the current bullpen group for you, but it's still in flux because Ethan Roberts is probably going to get shipped out. They need to decide what to do with Javier Assad's spot. Is he going to be a piggyback guy for Shota Monday or Boyd?
No, doesn't he have to start or no?
He's not starting this week as of right now. And also, does Wicks get swapped out for someone fresh? So there's a lot of moving parts here. One person I am encouraged about, Sam, is Tyler Ferguson. Saturday and Sunday, he's sitting 96, 97, topping out at 98. I think he's going to stick around.
If they ship him out, you could ship me out.
Oh, so I should get a sub for Monday.
Yeah, I texted you on Saturday. I like him against righties. Yeah. I think he could be one of those guys that we find that faces a pocket of righties later in the year. And if they send him out again, you could send me out.
One of those guys you mentioned last week about hopefully they can find someone in this time of turbulence.
Right, exactly. Can I say, though, just on the Milner thing?
Yeah, scary.
Do they not have like an on-call guy? Sorry, I just hit my computer. Do they not have like an on-call doc or something?
Located in the hotel itself?
I don't know. I just feel like a train. I feel the poor guy
that could have helped him get there.
Yeah,
I would hope they would, but he just made a beeline for the hospital.
I mean, he's obviously a tough guy because appendicitis typically is not like hey, let me call an Uber and wait and go there. It's hey, somebody call like an ambulance or rush me over there sort of thing. Just glad he's all right.
All right, Cubs Padres this week.
Hey, real quick, Matt. Just sorry to cut you off. Just want to say I went out of my way to compliment Hoby Milner, and since then he gave up 4 runs, and now he's out 6 weeks. So people want to know why I'm not more positive. I totally put a hex on him unintentionally. Hopefully he comes back. Hopefully he gets healthy.
Cubs return to Wrigley this week. Heat index over 100 degrees all 3 days, though I guess it'll be better by nighttime. 7:05 Monday, Tuesday, 120 Wednesday. It's going to be Imanaga and TBD. Boyd Sears, Ray Buehler. Entering Sunday, the Padres are 43-38, 6-4 in the last 10. And we all remember when the Cubs offense cratered for over a month. Well, at one point during that stretch, Sam, the Cubs were actually 29th in offense because the worst team was the Padres. So they've struggled offensively. This week you got 2 teams that they could be competing for a wild card spot with. You got the Padres, then you're off Thursday, then you got the Cardinals.
Oh boy. You said how hot is it going to be tomorrow?
It's going to be 90 and 100 degrees all week.
Shoda's going.
Yep, wind's blowing out. Already seeing the Wrigley Winds app. I could get you the exact totals here.
Oh,
yeah, so you're nervous. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to let that ruin my day.
15 miles an hour out right now.
They better have Assad ready to go.
I think they are going to have Assad ready.
Yeah. And luckily, Peterson will get the ball one of those days because hopefully he'll be able to keep it on the ground. And the Cubs better. Hey, maybe Bregman will find the basket.
Peterson's pitching Friday against the Cardinals.
Well, it's going to be 100 that day too.
Yeah.
Maybe Bregman will find the basket or something.
Thank you for tuning in to Locked On Cubs.
What a series win, folks. You want me back in? I'm back. That was big.
No, they've completely turned it around.
Give me the guys that want to be here and show fire.
I mean, there's only 12 more games till the break. If they keep this going, they'll be in a great situation at the break despite all the hurdles.
Not that anyone doesn't want to be here, but there's just a difference with the fire with these guys.
There is. This is a different attitude right now, different feeling out there.
I can't wait
for Monday.
I can't wait to watch Ferguson jog in.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe he could save one of the games.
Yeah, no, and if they send him down,
I'll call Politis. Thank you for tuning in to Locked On Cubs. Make sure you subscribe and follow so you get all the latest episodes for those of you on video.
Ferguson needs to work out his pickoffs.
We send you to the first ever 24/7 National Locked On Podcast Network YouTubes.
He almost hit a vendor.
Audio. Make sure your second listen is Locked On MLB. Yeah, I saw some popcorn fly in the air.
He almost hit a vendor in the second row. Relax.
He's Sam Olver. I'm Matt Cozy. This is a winning edition of Locked On Cubs.